guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. So today you're going with me, Lily, to know about all the history of sports and the Olympics games. Okay, but first I need to tell you guys the difference between history and sport history. So history is the study of change over time or the lack of change of time, while sport history is study of how sport has changed over the time. Well, now let's get into the ancient history of sports in Greece. Olympics in ancient Greece. The first written records of the ancient Olympic Games date to 77 BC, when a cook named Coroebus won the only event, a 192-meter foot race called the State, the origin of the modern stadium, to become the first Olympic champion. However, it is generally believed that the games had been going on for many years by that time. Legend has it that Heracles, the Roman Hercules, son of Zeus, and the mortal woman Alcmene founded the games, which by the end of the 6th century BC had become the most famous of all Greek sporting festivals. The ancient Olympics were held every 4 years between August 6 and September 19 during a religious festival honoring Zeus. The games were named for their location at Olympia, a sacred site located near the western coast of the Peloponnese Peninsula in southern Greece. Their influence was so great that ancient historians began to measure time by time 4 years increments in between Olympic Games, which were known as Olympiads. Ancient sports competitions were held in Olympia, hence the name Olympic Games. I'm gonna talk about the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games, which originated in the ancient Greeks as many as 3,000 years ago, were revived in the late 19th century and have become the world's prominent sporting competitions. And from the 8th century BC to the 4th century AD, the games were held every 4 years in Olympians, located in the western Peloponnese Peninsula in the honor of the god Zeus. The first modern Olympics took place in the 1896 in Athens and featured 280 participants from 30 nations competing in 43 events. Since 1994, the Summer and Winter Olympic Games were held separately and held alternate every 2 years. Hey, do you know that basketball was first held in the Summer Olympic Games in 1904? Athletes and trainers had to arrive in Alice near Olympia at least a month before games. Athletes had to take oath and they would compete fairly, and they had trained for the past 10 months. They had to stay in Alice and train under the Hellenodikai officials, and they were also Olympic troops. The first event was the Sprint 1 state, which is 192 meters, and at that time, Emperor Theodosius I abolished the games in the 393 AD. Hey, do you know what gladiators is? I'll show you. Well, the word gladiators comes from the Latin word swordsman, and gladius is actually a sword. And it was originated as a religious event, and it is intended to ensure that the dead will be accompanied to the next world by armed attendants, and that the spirits of the dead will be appeased with the offerings of the dead. Gladiatorial training and combat. Gladiator schools are called ludi. Gladiators train like true athletes. Their training included learning how to use various weapons, including the war chain, net, trident, dagger, and lasso. Gladiators fought in arenas. The most famous was the Colosseum. The venatio, hunting animals, is another form of gladiatorial combat involving hunting and slaying wild animals. Exotic wild beasts from the far reach of the Roman Empire were brought to Rome. Animals included lions, elephants, bears, deers, wild goats, dogs, and camels. Then knowing about history of other countries, let's get to our own country then. Let's get to know about history of sports in Malaysia. Well, before Western sports, Malays in Malaysia took part in cockfighting, kite flying, top spinning, sepak raga, and boat racing. During colonial rule, the British introduced Western sports, including horse riding and racing, chess and billiards, cricket, rifle shooting, golf, hockey, athletics, football, rugby, lawn tennis, cycling, swimming, motor racing, boxing, and badminton. And the most popular of them all is the football, which is a very popular sport that actually played even now. And the Chinese who came to work in Malaysia from the 18th century, and they also introduced us to basketball, table tennis, and volleyball. So now I'm gonna tell you about the Malaysia's participation in the Olympics. Well, Malaysia first took part in the Olympic Games in the 1956. Well, they took part in all subsequent Olympic Games except the 1980 Games in Moscow. Well, to date, Malaysia has won 11 medals at the Olympic Games, and our first Olympic medal came from Razif and Jalani Siddiq in the 1992. They won a bronze medal in the badminton men's double event. As you can see from the timeline, this is the timeline for what Malaysia has participated at the past times. So it comes from the 1950s to the 2010. Well, from the 1950, Malaysia participated in the Commonwealth Games, and 1953 NOC was established. 1954, Malaysia participated in the Asian Games, and 1956 it was the first Malaysia participated in the Olympics. Next, in 1959, they participated in SEA Games, and in 1964, Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports was first established. In 1972, National Sports Council was then established, and in 1988, the National Sports Policy promulgated, and in 1992, Malaysia won first Olympic medal, which is the bronze, and Sports Development Act was then brought up in the 1997. What you can see now is what Malaysia has won medals over the Olympics, which is we got 11 medals won by Malaysia, and actually 8 of them are from badmintons, while others are from diving and cycling. In 1992 Barcelona, we won the bronze, which is the first one, we got bronze for badminton. And then 1996 Atlanta, we got silver and bronze. 2008 Beijing, we got silver. 2012 London, we got silver and bronze. And the most, which is in Rio, 2016, which is 4 silver and 1 bronze. Thanks for watching. I think you guys got all the information that I have given to you guys. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And don't forget to share with everyone. Bye guys!